Join restaurant business and Nation's Restaurant News alongside tech and AI expert Nikki Greenberg, along with executives from Dine Brands, Let Us Entertain You, Dave's Hot Chicken, and more at this year's FS Tech, taking place September 14th through 16th at the Gaylord Palms in Kissimmee, Florida. Learn more at informa.com/FSTEC.
Cracker Barrel is walking back even more of its planned brand revamp. A food and games chain has filed for bankruptcy protection, and Taco Bell's parent company is shaking up its leadership ranks. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, the day's biggest industry news and trends from the editors of Restaurant Business and Nation's Restaurant News. I'm RB Managing Editor Heather Lally.
And I'm NRN Managing Editor Leanne Zinsmeister. Cracker Barrel is reversing another part of its turnaround plan. The chain said Tuesday that it will stop remodeling restaurants after some customers complained about the modern look. It comes 2 weeks after the company scrapped its new logo following days of social media backlash. Cracker Barrel had planned to remodel up to 30 locations this year as part of a $700 million turnaround effort.
Pinstripes has filed for bankruptcy. The bowling and bocce-focused food and games chain declared Chapter 11 bankruptcy this week and closed more than half of its locations. The company cited the impact of inflation and high prices coupled with declining sales and traffic for the filing, but it also had $143 million in secured debt. Pinstripes has a deal with one of its lenders on a stalking horse bid worth $16.6 million, most of it in the form of a debt for equity swap, which will serve as an initial bid in an upcoming auction for the chain.
Yum Brands is shaking up its C-suite ahead of incoming CEO Chris Turner's tenure, which starts in October. The Pizza Hut and Taco Bell parent company announced 3 internal promotions. Sean Tresvant has been promoted to Chief Consumer Officer of Yum Brands, a role that he will hold in addition to continuing to serve as CEO of Taco Bell. Jim Dausch has been promoted to Yum Brands Chief Digital and Technology Officer and President of Bite by Yum. He replaces Joe Park, who is departing the company. Ranjith Roy has been promoted to Chief Financial Officer, taking over Turner's old role as he becomes CEO in a few weeks. Additionally, Yum Brands is creating a new role of Chief Scale Officer, which has not yet been filled.
The CEO of To Go's Sandwiches has returned. Glenn Lund had left the CEO job at 147 Unit To Go's last year to become CEO of Yoshinoya America. Now he's back at the helm of the fast casual sandwich chain after less than a year away. It was not clear whether Matt Dowling, the former CFO who had replaced Lund, remains as CFO. Lund, who had been CEO of To Go's for 7 years before he left the brand last October, said he plans to continue the work he started. He plans to focus on enhancing the loyalty program, expanding digital and delivery capability, and driving franchise growth.
Fast food chains are bringing out deals the week McDonald's lowers its prices. Wendy's on Tuesday announced a deal giving customers 2 junior bacon cheeseburgers, medium fries, and a medium drink for $8, which the company says is a savings of about $4 on the items at their regular prices. Jack in the Box, meanwhile, is lowering prices across its menu boards and says 61% of its combo prices will be less than $10. The company is also promising value offers for the rest of the year. It comes as McDonald's has brought back extra value meals, including an $8 Big Mac extra value meal, along with lowered prices on numerous combo meals.
And that should do it for today's edition of Restaurant Daily. Get the latest restaurant news every weekday wherever you get your podcasts. I'm Heather Lally.
And I'm Leanne Zinsmeister. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe. Join restaurant business and Nation's Restaurant News alongside tech and AI expert Nikki Greenberg, along with executives from Dine Brands, Let Us Entertain You, Dave's Hot Chicken, and more at this year's FS Tech, taking place September 14th through 16th at the Gaylord Palms in Kissimmee, Florida. Learn more at informa.com/FSTEC.